And next we are going to have a speech all the way from Denmark, Malue Montclairre. Welcome. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Because on the back of my cell phone, I have the sticker saying sue them all. And I truly believe that we should sue them. All of them. Why? Because governments around the world, they violated our fundamental God-given rights, also written down on paper by man himself in the charter that was very well represented here. These rights were violated when Mika was thrown out of a cafe for not having a COVID passport. So of course, the Finnish government should be sued, and the cafe should be sued. They should all be sued. And that is exactly what Mika did. Because it is in an emergency that we need our fundamental human rights. It's not when it's peace and quiet. It's when there is storm. It's when there is emergencies. That is when they're supposed to work. And they didn't, because the government allowed them to be violated. So yes, I support Mika. Who supports Mika in here? So Mika, thank you for inviting me to Helsinki, to your beautiful city, along with a powerful panel of speakers. I'm honored. The first time I met Mika was in a conference in Stockholm in the fall of 2023, and I will never forget it. A tall, confident, very well-spoken and strong man stood there, and he told us about his case against the Finnish government. And do you know what struck me? He didn't ask permission to be validated by any of us. He didn't ask permission to be heard by any of us. And he sure didn't ask permission to be treated with dignity by any of us. And you know why? Because he knows his value. So my question to you is, how many of you, deep in your core, how many of you can say that you really feel that you know your value? How many of you know your value? Okay. So this is what is important, that we know our value. And I know that how Mika felt, because in 2021 I sued the Danish government for committing the exact same crime against the rights of the Danish people. 13 articles in the EU Charter of Human Rights were violated during lockdown. It is a crime. They committed crimes against us, period. A crime committed by governments across the globe at the same time. What a strange coincidence, huh? So are you aware that what your government did to you is a crime? Are you aware of it? Do you know that the COVID pass was a political decision? Yes. Nothing to do with health. Nothing to do with health at all. In Finland, as well as in any other country in the world, you are allowed to get COVID pass in two ways. Either by letting yourself be injected with an experimental drug that no one had the slightest idea about regarding long-term effect, or by showing a negative PCR test. So, what do we know about these requirements? About the PCR test, we know that it cannot be used to diagnose as a diagnostic tool to determine whether someone is infected or not. It's a copy machine. The higher the cycles, the more copies. Nothing else. We also know that they made up this bullshit, pardon my French, but I'm pissed off, about asymptomatic infection. Have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? High cycles on the PCR test created positive results to make people think they were sick. But you know what? Healthy people, they're not sick. Healthy people are not sick. And about the injections, we know that there were a medical experiment given conditional marketing authorization by EMA, the European Medicine Agency, based on preventing people from becoming severely ill and being hospitalized. Okay. We also know that none of the clinical trials were designed ever to test whether the injections could stop transmission. So why on God's green earth should we have a COVID-19 passport? Can you tell me? And they knew it. The EMA, the health authorities, your government, all governments, they knew it. They knew it before they coerced our fellow humans into being injected. And what else do we know? We know that coronavirus is not a novel virus, nor a natural one. It is, in fact, a computer code created through gain-of-function research in a biological laboratory and patented in North Carolina, United States in October 2014. Period. To this day, many people still say that the injections were for the greater good. But according to good clinical practice, any medical drug must have a clear benefit that overweight the risks. But it has not. These injections has no benefit at all. In fact, they have killed more people than any other drug in history. And they have destroyed the health of even more. And we're talking billions. And that is the facts. Both legally and medically, the COVID-19 injections are biological weapons. And we need to address that. We need to start more and more people to call it what it is. Nobody would take an experimental injection if they knew it was a biological weapon that alters the genome just to get a COVID passport. So your government needed to lie to you. The Finnish government is part of a massive globally coordinated campaign, and everything the Finnish authorities told you about lockdowns and mask and distancing and COVID pass and safe and effective, it was all a lie. Every single government lied to its own people. The same lie in every single country. And they still lie. And they cover for each other. They lie about climate change, they lie about digital ID, war, you name it. They lie. Why? Why do they lie? Because they answer to a cult, a parasitic cult of soulless creatures who for decades have conspired against humanity. And their goal is to defeat and control everything that is created by God. Our light, our love, our compassion, our creativity, our super intelligent bodies, because they feed of the low vibration created by fear and scarcity and worry. Your government is using everything that they're told to use to force and coerce you into complying with whatever they say is necessary to solve the problems they participated in creating themselves. So what are we going to do about it? Stop complying. Stop being afraid. And stop being silent. You are not alone. Nobody is alone. We are millions. And we do not need their validation of the truth. Because the truth is the truth, no matter who tries to suppress it. We don't need anyone's permission to claim our human rights. We do not comply because millions around the world do not comply either. Mika did not comply. Mika sued them. Yeah. And Mika still does not comply. And that is exactly why we support him. We have a warrior here in Finland. You have a warrior here in Helsinki who is fighting for your children's future. So of course we support him with everything that we can, with everything that he needs. And the way to do it is that we continue to shine our light. First of all, shine our light. Together we will dry out these monsters who have no place on earth. Your no to their agenda is a yes to a beautiful future, a beautiful world for our children and our grandchildren, where peace and freedom and justice and respect for life and human dignity as the foundation of everything. And we do it together. So to all of you here and to the viewers on the live stream, now it is your time to be present right here and right now. Be courageous, be unshakable, be peace, be strong, and be bold, and be brave like Mika. Your children and your grandchildren will be proud of you for doing the right thing. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Mika.
Thank you, Malue. That was great. Whoa. Powerful speech. Thank you.